Welcome back to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049. My name is Marc Freedman. I'm President and CEO of Freedman Financial, located in Peabody, Massachusetts, where we've been providing financial advice in a language you can understand to individuals and families who live on the North Shore. Did we reset this? Oh, we are going. Oh, yeah. Just to let our listeners know, I'm trying to do a video blog of this show as well, and I got this camera staring in my eyeballs here, and I don't know whether the red light is on or it's off. And so Jay, my trusty producer, has made sure that the button is running. So I just kind of cut myself off there. But I'll jump back in. It's early. It's Sunday. We're getting close to the holidays. It's a little bit fruity around here. And so we're having a fruity. My kids will laugh at that when they hear that on the radio today. Yeah, I'll hear about that when I get home. They go, Dad, fruity? Where'd that one come from? Anyways, I'll start over. My name is Marc Freedman. I'm President and CEO of Freedman Financial, located in Peabody, Massachusetts, just across from the North Shore Mall, above Alto Forno Restaurant, 41 Cross Street. You've heard it 1,000 times. I say it every single segment, every single morning on the radio. We've been providing financial planning and investment management advice to individuals and families who live on the North Shore, the Merrimack Valley, and the southern New Hampshire area since 1968. If now is the time for you to say, you know what? I need a second opinion. I got to get serious about my financial situation. I don't know where everything is. I don't know what anything's worth. I got stuff scattered all over the place. If now is the time for you to say, this is my New Year's resolution. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on that 2020. I'm going to get 2020 vision on my financial plan for next year. Give us a call, 978-531-8108. That's 978-531-8108. We are here to help you. Marion, who's my business partner, who's on the show here periodically, she and I are the two certified financial planners that you will have an opportunity to meet with. It is absolutely low pressure. We have been doing this far too long. I want you to feel good about the decision that you make. I want you to feel comfortable about becoming part of the Freedman Financial family. Let me give you a little background about what it is that you're looking at if you were considering our firm. Freedman Financial has 450 families that we provide services to. Our services are provided at our office in Peabody. Our office hours are 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. We do not go to your home to do evening appointments or weekend appointments. We want you to come to us because we, frankly, here's the truth, I want to control the distractions. When it comes down to your money, when it comes down to understanding your financial life, I don't want the phone ringing. I don't want the pie baking in the oven. I don't want the dog barking, the TV running, the kids walking into the house, the baby screaming. A water pipe bursting. I don't want any of that stuff happening. I want you to focus on your financial life. You give your doctor and your dentist your utmost attention. Well, sometimes because they have you strapped into a chair. But we will not do that at Freedman Financial. We have a comfortable conference room. We'll put your financial situation up on the screen so we can all view it together. We'll run what-if scenarios. We'll allow you to imagine, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I quit my job and reduced my pay and went somewhere to a place that I really enjoy? Or what if I got this inheritance? Or what if? We can run all those scenarios. And you see it, and it's presented in plain English. Actually, it's presented in a language you can understand. If at that point you say to yourself, you know what? I like this. I like being able to revisit and look at my situation on an ongoing basis, to be able to see where we're traveling, to see how our progress is doing, to wonder when I need to take money out of my investment accounts, where will I pull it from? And know that there's a trusted partner behind you to make those decisions. Maybe that's the time where you say, you know what? I think these guys should also understand where all of my investments are, and maybe they should be managing them as well. And that's what people do. They move their assets that they've held at other places over to us so that we can provide both investment management and financial planning services to you. How much money do we have under management? Well, it's a lot. It's close to $450 million now. That is a lot of money. It's a little less than $500 million. Now, does that mean that you have to be super rich to work with us at Freedman Financial? Well, I'll let you decide what is super rich, what's rich. The average household has roughly $750,000 in investable assets at our office. Some have less than that, some have more than that, but there's not people running around my office that have $40 million and $30 million. No, we don't take those types of accounts. That's a whole different stratosphere, a whole different level of planning and groupings here. Our typical clients have a total net worth, including their investment accounts, of somewhere between $1.5 and $3.5 million. Yeah, there's more than that, there's a little bit less than that, but that's the general scope. So if you've got a net worth of around $2 million, including your house, you know, we are bullseye the service that you need. I'd love to talk with you. Give our office a call, 978-531-8108. That's 978-531-8108. Not in the office today, of course. It's Sunday. I'm here, but if you leave a message on the machine or you call us later in the week, Jody, my assistant, will answer the phone. She'll talk to you a little bit. We'll send you out our information kit. Yeah, that's something that we do at Freedman Financial. If you're interested in our firm, I want to put everything that we do, I want you to know everything that we do and put it in writing. I not only put it up on my website, of course we have it up on the website, but I want you to have it mailed to you as well. We want to push out something to you, comes in a very nice folder. It explains to you, here's how I prepare for an initial appointment. Here's what we want you to gather. Here's what you can expect. Here's what it's going to cost. And you know what it's going to cost? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's not going to cost you anything to come into the office to talk. And I promise you this, if you come into the office, when we sit down and talk at the end of our meeting, there's going to be two things that I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do, and one thing that I'm going to tell you not to do. The one thing I'm going to tell you not to do is I'm going to tell you not to even think about signing on with our firm that day. I don't even want you to think about it. I want you to just kind of process the conversation that we've had. I want you to think about all of the stuff that we've discussed, and then I want you to test me. I want you to test me to make sure that we were listening to you properly. Because what I will do for you, here's the two things. Number one, I'm going to follow up our meeting with a thank you note to you. And it's not just some boilerplate thank you note. It's going to be a note that reflects what we talked about in the meeting, and here's what we'll need to do if we'd like to move forward. It will also explain what our costs would be if we'd like to move forward, which we'd of course explain in the meeting too. But the second thing that I do is as soon as you leave the office, I dictate a story of our meeting. So we know what it was and we recall what it was that we talked about. There are a lot of things that go on in my office, 450 households. How can you remember all of that, Mark? Well, I redictate the story of what we talked about so that we can always use it as a reflection point. And I'll tell you, one of the coolest things to do is 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road for us to pull up some of those initial meeting notes and to share them with you and for you to see and realize, oh my goodness, how far have we come? And you'll be amazed at what those new goals look like in your life. You might say, geez, I'm hoping in retirement, let's say you're 50 years old, you're saying, geez, if I could spend $60,000 or $70,000 a year in retirement, that'd be great. And so here you are now at age 70, maybe 20 years later, when we pull up those notes and you realize you need to spend something like $120,000 or $130,000. Or what you thought was a lot of money back then is different from what you think is a lot of money now. When you work with a financial advisor that keeps a history of the conversations, just like a doctor, just like a dentist, we can have impactful conversations. We can remain fiduciaries in your life. We can truly believe and express to you that we are placing your interests first. That's what we do. That's what you're looking for. I know that. I know you might say to yourself, oh man, if I could only get a better rate of return. A better rate of return. Well, in front of me is this report that I have, this market barometer that looks at what the markets have done since November. Since November. At the end of November, going into December 1st. The end of November, did you know that year to date, the S&P 500 is up 27%? 27%, that's crazy. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll take it. We'll take it. But at 27%, doesn't that mean that the market has the potential to go down 27% as well? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. We got to be careful. We got to be measured. We got to plan appropriately and think to ourselves, what is it that we really want to get out of a reasonable rate of return? My goal, our goal at Freedman Financial is to help you achieve a rate of return of somewhere between 6 and 8% over time. Over time. Yeah, we've been lucky that the S&P 500 is up 27% through November. But that doesn't necessarily mean everything else is up 27%. Some things are up more, some things are up less. In fact, I'm looking here at a report, the energy sector. Let's say you were buying energy stocks or energy investments. They're only up around 5% year to date. While information technology is up 43%. How about investing internationally? Emerging markets are up 10%. Small foreign investments are up 20%, and large foreign investments up about 18%. It's been a great year. And if the market dropped 10% right now the market dropped 10%, would I be concerned? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because markets are going to go up and they're going to go down. But you've got to build a portfolio that includes stocks and include bonds. By the way, how have bonds done this year? Everyone always talks about stocks. Bonds have had a great year this year. If you're just investing in traditional, what we call intermediate bonds, bonds that come due in, say, 2 to 10 years, year to date, you're up 6%. That's not bad at all. In fact, bonds have performed far better than any of us ever expected this year. And that's because interest rates went down. Will interest rates go back up? Yep. In fact, our projection for 2020 is that interest rates will start to level off and may even start to creep up towards the end of 2020. What do we think about the stock market? Where do we think that's going to go? I believe you're going to get returns somewhere in the mid to low single digits next year. But I could be wrong. And you know what could really throw this whole thing into a big surprise? The outcome of the election. No one knows what will happen. You know, you got trade tariffs, you got all those kinds of things that are in play, but the election, that's really going to drive this. We'll see what happens. What would I do with your portfolio as it exists today? You've made so much money. Now, here's the practical thing to do. Here's the rational approach. Will you take some of your profits this year and rebalance into the investments that have not done so well? Oh my goodness, Mark. How could I do that? Why would I want to invest in stuff that has not done as well as the other stuff? Well, that's called prudent investing. And one of the things that makes our job as financial advisors appropriate for those that get emotional when they're investing is that we will take a very, very rational approach to helping you manage your portfolio. We're going to do things prudently to make sure that you remain on pace, that you just don't celebrate the ups and get really depressed about the downs. We're going to try to minimize that. We're going to squeeze that down a little bit to make sure that you're earning the right amount as it aligns with your overall financial situation. That's called good financial planning. That's called good preparation. And the only way to do that, by the way, is when we know where everything is and what everything is worth. Because if all I saw was your investment account, you say, we're up 30% for the year. Or, hey, we're down 25% for the year. What should I do? I don't know. I don't know what to do until I know how it impacts everything else in your life. That's the critical part of having a successful financial planning relationship. When your financial planner knows everything about your financial life, and when you visit with them at least once a year, you share all of the updates, that the financial planner asks the appropriate questions to make sure that the goals that you have in play, the lifestyle that you've grown to enjoy hasn't changed or is about to be upgraded or downgraded. You just never know. That's the plan. That's the strategy. Now is the time to get serious about your financial future. If you want to talk to a professional, we'd love to talk with you. We've been doing it for a long time. Phone number is 978-531-8108. That's 978-531-8108. Give the office a call. We'll set up your free initial consultation. We'll do it next year. You make the commitment now. We'll set you up for that meeting in January. We'll get you ready. We'll see you then. But for now, we've got to take a quick break. I will be back, and I promise to talk about those things that you need to put on your year-end financial checklist that I thought I'd talk about this segment, but I got carried away again. You're listening to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049.